is the order of life for a woman to be fashioned that the ultimate achievement in her life is marriage, to be someone else's responsibility. She is supposed to be the caregiver for going her dreams and aspirations. Such societal ideologies do not place the woman in a space to own any property or even fend for herself. This is a cycle that continues, generation after generation. A need to shift this paradigm prompted Miss Joy Rukanzakanza to start Project Qeqesha. Qeqesha, a project aimed at empowering young girls and women to be self-sufficient through entrepreneurship, sexual education, and access to proper sanitary wear.
Hello everyone, my name is Joy Rukanzakanza. I'm a rising sophomore at Bryn Mawr College in the United States, and I'm also the project coordinator of Project Qeqesha. Project Qeqesha is something that I came up with following my application for a grant, courtesy of the Davis Projects for Peace. Now, the Davis Projects for Peace is an initiative that aims at encouraging young people out there in the United States to come up with projects that foster peace within the community. And when I learned about that opportunity, I decided to come up with something that is going to foster peace specifically to girls in the rural areas and areas in Africa. And then I came up with this project, having noticed the fact that there are a lot of gender disparities and women are not empowered. As long as we continue to have the problem of women not getting enough salaries as men in the world, I feel like there's something that we need to do. And hence, this project was oriented towards making sure that women empowerment is something that is going to be capitalized in this world. So I decided to come up with Project Qeqesha, and it has three main objectives, which is to facilitate better access to education for the girl child through initiating sustainable projects, and also through providing reusable sanitary wear, as well as mentorship and career guidance. So the project has got three factors, and I decided to engage different entities who are going to be helping me out on this project. And specifically for mentorship and career guidance, I invited the Young People's Network to come and work with the girls and to talk about issues on sex education as well as self-esteem and body image. And I also engaged the Rotary Club of Matopos to come and help out in the facilitating of this war program. And on board, I also have Yield, I also have the High Life Foundation, as well as Lead Us Today, the entities that are going to also be helping out the girls throughout the course of the program. And the second aim of the project is to provide reusable sanitary wear, having noticed that a lot of girls in the rural areas specifically don't have access to sanitary wear, and as a result they end up resorting to certain methods that pivotal, causing a lot of health-related problems. So at the end of the day, I decided to engage My Pet Zimbabwe, which is an initiative that aims at facilitating access to sanitary wear, especially to underprivileged communities. And we're going to be distributing the sanitary wear to girls at Filabusi High School. And to make this whole initiative sustainable, we also decided to build a chicken run at the school, so that proceeds from the chicken run are going to make sure that the PEDS initiative, as well as the mentorship and career guidance at the school, is something that is always going to be there even after the project is over and I go back to school in the US. We have had a lot of challenges throughout the war project, but then I can just safely say that it's been such a great experience so far with the 4 days that we've been at Filabusi High School. And part of the challenges in our project is the cash crisis in Zimbabwe. We haven't had enough access to cash, and as a result of the cash crisis, there are a lot of obstacles that we've faced. But then despite those challenges, the project has been able to run through. And I don't want Project Qeqesha to be an initiative that ends during the summer, but then I want it to be something that is sustainable, and I want to make sure that I widen the sphere of influence. Hence, I'm looking towards forming an organization which is going to make sure that we facilitate better access to education to girls, not only at Filabusi High School, but then to girls in Zimbabwe and eventually in the whole of Africa and also in the world, with the quest of challenging the gender disparities in this world. Thank you.
The organization launched the project at Filabusi High School in the Matebeleland South province of Zimbabwe, where they embarked on the first phase of the project, which was mentorship. In partnership with organizations such as Lead Us Today, female students at the school were given an insight on what it means to be a leader and what it takes to be one. Taking into cognizance the fact that female students at the school were at the peak of their sexual development, joint sexual education sessions were held by the Qeqesha facilitators and the National AIDS Council of Zimbabwe. The girls were elated as the week gave them a chance to voice their concerns. The extent of their vulnerability came to light when one girl made it known that she was prepared to engage in unprotected sexual intercourse with her boyfriend. The mentorship week helped the girls shift their thought process to more important goals and the consequences of their actions in sexual matters, to protect themselves, to achieve their goals, and sustain themselves. The girls also pointed out that their menstrual cycle made it difficult for them to function due to a lack of sanitary wear. Some girls even miss school due to menstruation. Menstruation is a sacred time in a woman's life. It is a time when hormones take charge and insecurity prevails. Insecure in how they display themselves in public spaces. Fashioned differently, some females have a heavy flow, which may lead to leakages to the outer clothing if the flow is not monitored properly. It is taboo for such to come to light, as this erodes a woman's dignity. In order to avoid such, girls stay at home during their menstrual period, and they miss important classes which dents their academic performance. This led to the donation of sanitary pads, the second phase of Project Qeqesha. Working closely with MyPads Zimbabwe, an organization that produces reusable sanitary wear, the organization donated 377 packs of pads to the school, with a lifespan of 18 months for the adults and 12 months for the young ones, consisting of 5 pads in each pack.
I once worked with another school, and there were boys in the audience, like we have boys today in the audience as well, and someone was complaining that why teach the boys into zamakazana? I need, because we know what to talk about kids into zamakazana. Essentially, I need. But today I'd like to correct that stereotype and let you know, guys, the same boy who's in the audience today is going to be a dad tomorrow. He's going to have umntwana wenkazana, so he needs to know about these things.
The school was very receptive of the whole project, as they allocated time for the female students in order for them to be engaged in the project. The boys came in handy as they did all the manual labor that was required. The school administration's participation would have been greatly appreciated. The society welcomed the donation with big hands of gratitude. Though some skeptics posed questions as to why the organization sought to empower girls and women, not the male child. It was made clear as to how the boy child had so many advantages poised to him, such as the inheritance of the family estate, while women did not. The third phase of Project Qeqesha was the construction of a chicken run, which was to be manned by the Girl Empowerment Club at the school. It was constructed so that the proceeds generated from the sale of chickens and eggs would be used to sustain the reusable sanitary wear initiative. Giving fruition to Project Qeqesha's aim of empowering girls and women, the chicken run was also constructed to bridge the gap between men and women, which is further widened by the biased property allocation in favor of the boy child. On the 2nd of August 2016, the official dedication ceremony was held at the school.
The sky is not the limit. Are you together? Lila ko uti lipendule impilo yenu libe ngabantu abahloniphekayo.
Lino tiki mambo 10 by kilometer. It's that gaga go.
Qeqesha is a Zulu Ndebele term which means graduate. The project adopted this term because it aims at ensuring that girls graduate not only in the academic circles, but in the corporate and social circles too. Excelling at life requires one to be jacked up in these facets. Qeqesha.
I've learned a lot from this project. As a young girl, I learned that I should take care of myself, know what I want, and appreciate what I have. So I really appreciate it.
When it's dark and it's cold Hi, my name is Novelo Siziba. I really learned a lot from this project because now I know my rights as a girl child, and I know I have the right to be educated, and I accept my goals for the better future. Hi there, my name is Melissa. I'm a girl aged 15 years. I learned a lot from this program called Qeqesha. I learned many topics. I learned about self-esteem, that I'm a girl, I know my rights and what I should do. I think this project, we learned a lot and we benefited. We know our rights, we know what we can do. Without education, we are nothing. So I can see may the Lord God use this project.
But I see you, I cry too. But I cry too. Yeah, I cry too. I cry too. Hey, well, I cry too. Well, I cry too. Oh, well, I cry too.
When your days are dark and filled with sorrow, oh, darling, I do hurt. It breaks my heart to say it shed a tear.